Hello, my name is Bob Sherwin, and I am a libertarian. With the advent of groups such as the Tea Partiers and individuals such as Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin, radio and TV personality Glenn Beck, and others, I've heard the term libertarian used quite loosely in the past couple of years, basically since about 2008. But are these people really libertarians? What exactly is a libertarian, and what does libertarianism mean? I'm going to explain this in this series of videos, and I'll let you be the judge for yourself. Libertarianism is defined as the advocacy of individual liberty, especially freedom of expression and action. There are, however, several schools of the libertarian philosophy. Anarchists believe in the complete absence of state government, whereas minarchists believe that the function of a central government is limited to protection from aggression and a court system to settle disputes and to protect its citizens from fraud and theft. There are also left libertarians and right libertarians, but no matter what role, if any, the state has in any of these philosophies, they all agree on maximum liberty and freedom. Most modern American libertarians fall into the minarchist category. Since the U.S. Constitution is the law of our land, they believe in a constitutionally limited government. They also believe in fiscal responsibility, maximum personal freedom, and social tolerance. David Boaz, a libertarian writer and vice president of the Cato Institute, an American libertarian think tank, writes that libertarianism is the view that each person has the right to live his life any way he chooses, so long as he respects the equal rights of others, and that libertarians defend each person's right to life, liberty, and property rights that people have naturally before any governments are created. The U.S. Constitution specifically enumerates powers to the three branches of government. By enumerating these powers, it also limits them. Simply put, if it's not in the Constitution, they can't do it. This is reaffirmed by the 10th Amendment, which says that the powers not delegated to the United States are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Executive powers given to the President. He is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and may, with the consent of the Senate, enter into treaties and appoint ambassadors and justices to the Supreme Court. The basic function of the Supreme Court is to make sure that the laws that Congress pass are constitutional. Article 1, Section 8 specifically lays out the powers that are enumerated to Congress. The first paragraph states, "The Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes, to pay debts, and to provide for the defense and general welfare of the United States. But all duties shall be uniform throughout the United States." There are other powers laid out in this section, but the point here is that the powers are enumerated yet limited. Libertarians also believe in a fiscally responsible government. Since the Woodrow Wilson Progressive era, and every administration since then, our government has not only grown in size, but has spent more money and taken on more debt. The budget that President Barack Obama has just proposed for the fiscal year 2012 has a deficit of over $1 trillion. This means they will spend $1 trillion more than they collect in taxes. And where are they going to get these $1 trillion? They're going to either borrow it from foreign nations, or the Federal Reserve will print it out of thin air. Right now, as of April 2011, our nation is slightly over $14 trillion in debt. This is absolutely unsustainable. And even as I speak to you, Congress is debating raising the debt limit even higher. There are many bloated government programs that can be eliminated. Take the Department of Education, for example. The United States is third in the world in education spending, yet we rank 14th in reading, 17th in science, and 25th in math. Since 1970, funding has tripled, yet test scores have remained virtually flat. The 2011 budget for the Department of Education was $70 billion, and the proposed budget for 2012 is $77.4 billion. It is clear that more money does not equal better education. Take my home state of Ohio, for example. The average cost to taxpayers to educate a student in a public school is $10,800 a year, as opposed to $6,800 a year at a private school. The rate of students attending college is 65% for public schools and 90% for private schools. Privatization of our education system could save the taxpayers billions of dollars, increase the quality of education through our free market competition, and allow us to have more control over what our children are taught. There are many more bloated bureaucratic government programs that can be eliminated by privatization. By eliminating these programs and the taxes to pay for them, taxpayers would have more money in their paychecks to support private charities, police and fire departments, and private schools. The advocates for self-government sums up libertarianism perfectly. Libertarians support maximum liberty in both personal and economic matters. They advocate a much smaller government, one that is limited to protecting individuals from coercion and violence. Libertarians tend to embrace individual responsibility, oppose government bureaucracy and taxes, promote private charity, tolerate diverse lifestyles, support the free market, and defend civil liberties. This concludes the first video in this series. In subsequent videos, I will discuss libertarian views on specific issues and the Libertarian Party of the USA. Thank you.